Okay, first off, this episode has me so hyped, and I am so grateful for this opening and ending. Not only does it kind of spoil the fact that Mika is still alive, but he may also be a vampire, and I can see that being a very conflicting thing with you once he actually sees his friend again. Now, it's not really confirmed if he is a vampire, but I mean, we did see him get bitten on the neck at the beginning of this episode, and we're not exactly sure if you can be turned into a vampire that way in this anime, but he has his leg back and he's dressed the same way that noble vampire was, so I'm guessing he's part vampire now, or he's turned all the way. And since the next episode is called The Demon in Your Heart or something like that, either it's going to be about Mika or it's going to be about Yu's demon powers, which I believe that he has. And this episode also showed us that vampires aren't the only threat in this anime, which is a good thing. There are other monsters and demons that they spoke of, so I'm hyped to see what other sort of creatures we're going to see besides the main threat, which is vampires, of course. And Yu, I mean, he's badass. He took that humongous monster out at the beginning like it was nothing, but he was still no match for a vampire who wasn't even fueled all the way up on blood. But the scuffle that they had was awesome. If he had a cursed weapon, she would have been dead because he cut off her arm and stabbed her through the stomach or whatever. But I mean, just the fact that their arms can regenerate and just anything on them can regenerate, that just tells me right there that the vampire that he shot last episode is not dead. I mean, he was shown in the opening and ending anyway, so that was a given. Not so much Yu's character, but the development of this story reminds me a lot about Attack on Titan. How in the first episode, the main character experienced something very traumatic. He vowed to destroy this certain species, and then the next few episodes is about him training to get that power. And I believe, like Attack on Titan, around episode 3 or 4, he's finally going to show us his demon power, if he even has any. I mean, I may be looking into this too deep, but I truly believe he's either part vampire or part some other type of demon. But it's nice to see him actually make a friend. But that scene when he jumped on top of him and was kind of dry humping him, I was like, really, dude? But the female that followed him around and was evaluating him, I'm sorry, I'm horrible at names the first time I hear them, you guys know, but I don't know if they're going to be a thing, but I'm pretty sure her and Yu are going to become tight as hell. Like, they're going to become the best of friends. And someone pointed out to me that in the previous episode, there was a hint at his demonic powers, besides him saying that his mother called him a demon child. When he shot the vampire in the head, he showed some unhuman-like speed to get up to there. Was that just framing? Because I have to go back and watch that, but someone, like 2 or 3 people actually pointed that out to me, and I was like, I didn't even notice that before. I knew he got up there fast as hell, but I mean, they said that he had the speed of a vampire, so that's kind of another hint. But hopefully next episode we'll get into more about what's going on with Mika and exactly how powerful is Yu going to become. But it was a great episode. There was some action sprinkled in, like at the beginning where Yu took out that monster, and the end with that female vampire. I mean, she was kind of hot. I'm not sure how old she is, so I'm not sure if I should say she's hot or kawaii. But either way, most of it was set up giving us an idea of how Yu's attitude is, and he's completely shut in. He really doesn't give a damn about anyone else. He wants to destroy vampires as quickly as he can, and that really reminds me of Eren. You know, I hate to keep comparing this to Attack on Titan, but it really reminds me of that. I can't help it. It doesn't mean that this anime is bad, because it seems like it's going to be fucking amazing. And Yu's new friend, he completely reminds me of Armin. I mean, he's not that strong. He's kind of wimpy, but his determination is like almost the same as Yu's. He wants to get revenge. But I cannot wait to see the development of Yu and his 2 new friends and comrades, and also what's going to happen when he sees Mika again. It's going to blow his mind. With that being said, some people have messaged me already saying, do I think that the other children could still possibly be alive? No, I think they're dead. I think Mika is alive because that noble vampire guy, he knew that Mika and Yu were best friends, and he was going to have to confront Yu some other time, and just making Mika a vampire would mindfuck Yu more than any of the other kids. That's what I truly believe, because if they're all alive and they're all vampire soldiers, I'm not sure how I will feel about that, because that would just mean like the threat of death and the traumatic experience in the first episode was all for nothing. Although him fighting his family as vampires would be traumatic as well, I appreciated the seriousness that this anime made me feel like, you know, people can really die, and that's what I like in my anime. Not saying I like children to die, Lord, no, but it just told me that, you know, this isn't going to be one of the typical shonen where all the people under the age of 13 or 14 all live. Like, the vampires are a threat to humanity and humanity as a whole, not just adults. And that's what I kind of like, just more of a realistic kind of thing, if you can even call something like this realistic in the first place. But I hope I didn't sound like an asshole. I hope you guys know what I mean. But anyway, this has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.